The first time anyone noticed the girl, it was because her hand was shaking in the cold air, tracing desperate shapes that most people didn't understand. She sat frozen in a worn wheelchair near the edge of a busy city sidewalk, her legs motionless, her ears locked in silence, her eyes wide with a fear that felt far too big for her small, fragile frame. With slow, trembling movements, she signed a simple plea to a world that kept rushing past her, "Please help me." Most people didn't see it. Those who did looked away. And none of them knew that a single father, already broken by life, was about to change everything in a way that would leave an entire community in tears. Before the story goes any further, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of human compassion, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to the channel. Also, tell us in the comments where you're watching from, because stories like this connect hearts across the world. Her name was Lily Carter, and she was 13 years old. She had been paralyzed from the waist down since the accident that took her mother's life 3 years earlier. The same crash had stolen her hearing, leaving her trapped in a silent world where emotions screamed louder than sound ever could. Since then, life had become a narrow hallway of hospitals, social services, and empty rooms. Her father had vanished soon after the funeral, overwhelmed by grief and guilt, leaving Lily to bounce between temporary shelters that were never built for children like her. On that winter morning, she had been placed outside a community outreach center that was already overcrowded, her paperwork delayed, her future uncertain. The cold seeped into her bones as she signed again and again, hoping someone, anyone, would understand. Across the street, Daniel Brooks was ending another exhausting shift at the city bus depot. He was 38, with tired brown eyes, untrimmed hair, and the posture of a man who had learned to carry the weight of the world alone. Daniel was a single father to an 8-year-old son named Noah, and every day felt like a careful balancing act between survival and hope. His wife had died from a sudden illness 5 years earlier, leaving him with medical debt, a grieving child, and a heart that never fully healed. Daniel worked double shifts, skipped meals, and slept too little, all to keep a small apartment and a sense of normalcy for his son. That morning, he was running late, his mind heavy with worries about rent and groceries, when something unusual made him stop. It wasn't a sound that caught his attention. It was the stillness. In a city that never paused, the girl in the wheelchair seemed frozen in time, her hands moving with quiet urgency. Daniel had grown up with a deaf cousin and recognized sign language immediately. He saw the words forming in the air, simple but devastating. "Please help me." For a moment, he stood there, torn between responsibility and instinct. Then he remembered all the times he had prayed for help himself, silently begging the universe not to take any more from him or his son. His feet moved before his fear could stop him. Daniel crossed the street and knelt in front of Lily, ignoring the cold biting into his knees. He didn't speak, because he knew words wouldn't matter. Instead, he signed back slowly, carefully, asking if she was okay. Lily's eyes widened, shock and relief crashing over her face like a wave. Tears welled up as she nodded weakly, her hands trembling harder now. She explained through signs that she was alone, that she couldn't feel her legs, that she couldn't hear the traffic roaring inches away, and that she didn't know where she would sleep that night. Daniel felt something crack open inside his chest, a place he had kept sealed for years. He could have called someone and walked away. He could have told himself it wasn't his responsibility. But when he looked at Lily, he didn't see a stranger. He saw Noah, small and scared after his mother's funeral, asking questions Daniel couldn't answer. He saw his own reflection in her fear. Without fully understanding the consequences, Daniel made a decision that would change all their lives. He took off his coat and gently wrapped it around Lily's shoulders. Then he called his supervisor and told him he wouldn't be coming back that day. The words felt terrifying and freeing all at once. Daniel pushed Lily's wheelchair through the snow to a nearby cafe, where he ordered hot soup and sat across from her, communicating through slow signs and written notes. For the first time in days, Lily felt warm. For the first time in years, Daniel felt useful in a way that had nothing to do with money. That night, Daniel brought Lily home to his small apartment. It was cluttered, imperfect, and smelled faintly of laundry soap and instant noodles, but it was safe. Noah stared at Lily with curiosity and concern, then smiled in a way that felt like sunlight breaking through clouds. Over the next few days, Daniel contacted social workers, doctors, and advocacy groups, navigating systems that felt designed to discourage hope. Every step forward came with paperwork, long waits, and moments where giving up seemed easier. But Lily's quiet resilience and Noah's growing attachment to her kept him going. Weeks turned into months. Daniel learned more sign language. He found a physical therapy program willing to help Lily at a reduced cost. He fought for her education, her medical care, and eventually, her place in their family. The challenges were relentless. Bills piled up. Sleep became a luxury. There were nights when Daniel sat alone, wondering if love was enough to fix a broken system. But then he would see Lily signing stories to Noah, her face alive with expression, and he knew he couldn't turn back. The moment everything changed came on a spring afternoon at a community fundraiser organized to support children with disabilities. Daniel had reluctantly agreed to attend after a local volunteer shared Lily's story. He stood at the back of the room, feeling out of place, when Lily was wheeled onto the small stage. With the help of an interpreter, she shared her journey through signs, her hands steady and confident now. She spoke about the day a stranger saw her when no one else did, about how that act of kindness gave her more than shelter. It gave her a future. The room fell into a heavy, emotional silence before breaking into applause that many would later describe as unforgettable. If this story is touching your heart so far, take a moment right now to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, and let us know you're here. Your engagement helps stories like Lily's reach more people who need to believe in kindness. Donations poured in. Support networks formed. Daniel was offered flexible work hours. Lily received advanced therapy and assistive technology that opened new doors for her independence. But more than the external help, something deeper had changed. A broken man had found purpose again. A silent girl had found her voice. A lonely child had gained a sister in every way that mattered. Years later, people would still talk about the single dad who stopped on a cold sidewalk and chose compassion over convenience. Lily grew into a confident young woman who advocated for others like her, never forgetting the day her hands shook with fear and hope at the same time. Daniel never called himself a hero. He simply said he did what anyone should do when they truly see another human being. Please comment below and share what this story made you feel, because your words matter more than you know. As the video comes to an end, remember this: sometimes the smallest pause in a busy life can become the turning point of many lives. If this story moved you, inspired you, or made you believe in humanity just a little more, please like, comment, and share this video. Your support keeps these stories alive, and somewhere out there, someone is waiting to be seen.